Hello. So it has been a really long time since my last episode. I was not planning on having there be this much gap in between part 1 and part 2 of episode 39, and I do apologise about that. In between episodes, I did actually do a lot of story posts that do reference the last episode if you have not seen it, and I will leave links to them down below in the description. So we are going to start this episode in Cinderash, and we are going to be holding Flint's funeral. Now, the coronation won't be until I think next episode or the episode after that, but the funeral is like a big part of this episode. But before we start the funeral, I had several issues with trying to get my game to run. It was just a pain. So just before we start the funeral, I just want to show you guys the fact that I had to do a lot of prep work for this. So I had to create a club with all the monarchs and all their spouses. There is like almost 30 Sims in this group. It is huge. I also had to babygate the entire Cinderash palace because there are like many levels and like many directions that you can go with the Cinderash palace. It's a lot, so I had to babygate a lot of places. Another thing I did was this balcony area. I actually decided, let's just put the kids here because I've babygated over here as well as the stairs. So they are just in this area, so we can just keep an eye on where the kids will actually be during the funeral. They're out the way, but they can still see what's going on. I think in reality that they would be more so in the nursery, but that's in the main portion of the palace, and we want to keep the Sims in a limited area. If you've watched my series up until this point, you'll know that my Sims do not need the encouragement to be chaotic. And since it's been 6 months since I've recorded an episode, I thought, why not make it easier on myself? I've had to think about many ways to do this funeral, whether I wanted to do a dinner party and a actual funeral event that came with a mod, but that modded one only allows up to 15 Sims. So I was thinking of doing the modded event, but with a group gathering. So that way, the gathering can just continue while the event is going on for the family. Obviously, it would be a state funeral, but this is the way it's going to have to be done in game, otherwise I will lose my mind. Plus, I will probably be going into further details in story posts, which is what I usually do. Also, having the kids up here all together just is so sweet. I love it. Some bonding time for Alessia, Arcadia, and Lucian. Okay, so we've started a group gathering. Let's see how this will go. Just chaos ensues. With this palace, there's a lot of debug in front of it, so you might not be able to see people actually arrive. Just ignore some of the outfits that are going to be appearing. We're just going to accept that the outfits are not going to be great. And here I thought I changed outfits of some of the Sims. Nope. But yeah, babygated the upstairs and the downstairs. Let's have Spiro plan a social event. This is going to be a funeral. Arcadia can now properly talk. Oh, that's cute. Before anybody asks, that's from the royalty mod. Will it be done in Avis? Probably. I was about to invite Flint to his own funeral. Yay. A minister, okay. Oh, I'm thinking Victor Dovahkiin. So the Dovahkiins are actually a noble family in Cinderash, so I think having him as the minister would be actually really good. As far as I'm aware, I don't think we need any other things. I'm scared it's gonna grey screen on me. Touch wood, it will not grey screen because I've had grey screening over the past couple of days and it's not been great. Basically where you load up a menu and it just does not want to fully commit to the menu. You can't modify groups during a group gathering? Okay. I'm an idiot and babygated it too much. So let's have the siblings just share happy memories. So we have some kings and queens. A lot of them are wearing their hot weather outfits because this is Cinderash. This is a hot kingdom. We have Yulia in here. Oh, Pele. So this guy right here, he is Ivan, and the other guy who is coming in over here, that is Hayden. So Bayard and McCrae, they are Hawk's goons, or like his guards, his personal guards, and they have been tasked with watching Penelope's movements. Oh, hello, Matt.
Whips and Mikos, Griezl.
Oh, Alessia and Arcadia, jokesters together. Oh, I love that. To be honest, this family dynamic appears a lot in my game, so I'm not surprised by it, but it's still cute. I wish that there was a couple more family dynamics than the ones actually in Growing Together. I'm wondering if this will count as giving a eulogy, like Spiro giving a eulogy. It's because he's at a funeral. He's sad his dad died. Or at least this gives the opportunity to watch the kids. Oh, Lucian! Will people sit down for this? Probably not, because it's my save. Of course they won't. They never do. At least Jacob is being a good sport. Jacob! My minister over there with the many pairs of glasses, just deciding not to give any speeches. Emlyn, that is a very questionable hot weather outfit. Those shorts are a choice. Flippy! I would not expect any less from them. Oh, Alad's being a good sport. Alad, Emlyn, James. Hawk is having an argument. Oh my god, what is happening? Confront. Oh god. There is monarch bullying over here. Hawk is being bullied? Or is Hawk the one doing the bullying? I don't know. Emotional meltdown. Okay, so the funeral part of the funeral is almost done. Thank God. Not Hawk. What are these two arguing about? I'm gonna have to get the Control Any Sim mod to actually just see what's going on here. I am confusion to the utmost degree. Oh, he is arguing with Matt. Oh my god. Don't expect anything less from Hawk, to be fair. In the story post, he won't be wearing this because, again, shorts are a choice.
Ebony.
Oh, Matt and Pele, I like that. That's so sweet. Oh, the fact that Matt came but Alex didn't. In some of the latest story posts where we were in Dune, we actually see that Alex has not joined Matt to come along to the funeral. Even though, geographically, in terms of where Cinderash and Dune are, they're pretty much right next to each other, so it doesn't take as much of an effort for Dune royals to actually come to Cinderash than it does for any of the other kingdoms. And the fact that Matt has just been so supportive here, I love that. Matt's redemption arc. In the earlier episodes, he was definitely more of a spoiled brat sort of prince, and he's really matured. Matt has matured. Alex, I don't think, has matured very much. The development, we love to see it. I think there is one sim that I did forget to invite, and that's Octavia. She should technically be in the household because... Oh god. What did you do? Hawk lost the argument? Okay. Friends in a time of loss. Oh my god. That's so sweet. And the fact that he lost his dad in episode 24, just, oh, that's sweet. I really like that.
Oh, Gorb.
Hawk is not happy that he lost that argument. Yet you're crying over them on it. Okay, you do you, Hawk. You do you. Eliana and Matt is just pranking Eliana.
Still noise.
Matt was always quite cheeky. So I'm going to have Pele and Octavia spend a little bit of time together during this period, and they are going to have a discussion about their future together. Alid, get out of town. I wanted this area to be completely free of Sims, but no, Alid decided, I'ma just ruin your entire day. God, everybody just wants to talk to Pele. Leave the girl alone! So I'm gonna have Pele discuss her future with Octavia.
Schwabi Glarfwiesnag.
Kaljo Dorishi. Manifest.
Okay, I really need that mod that like makes them stop using their phones as much, because I've noticed that is a huge issue. Who's crying? Of course, Pyra is crying. For some reason, the icon says bad compatibility, but the profile says good compatibility. I'm confused, okay? Like, there are issues. But they are deeply in love and they are smitten. Also, Pele wants to bring up marriage. I want them to propose to each other, but like, I don't think it's the right time, especially with the funeral just finished. So, maybe in a few episodes. Oh, hello, Sarah. This is Yumi's mother. We'll be seeing a bit more of Sarah, especially with the royal wedding of Verona coming up, and that was actually mentioned during the machinima. So let's actually go into a couple more characters through this gathering. The basic point of this episode is that the funeral is the main part of the episode, but there are also little things happening while this event is taking place, because so many monarchs, one place, one huge event, and with the coronation coming up for Cinderash as well, it's just, there's a lot of things going on all at once. Oh god. Hawk, what are you doing? Never mind baby-gating the kids, I should have baby-gated Hawk.
Tarbe, Shabba-Day. Braun, Swish, Garza, Tom.
It's funny because he actually, like, the game actually says he has amazing compatibility with his wife. You're hurt! Hawk, you are not allowed to be hurt by anything, Haruto says. You are not allowed. The audacity of this man. Bayard and McCrae are going to find Penelope now. Penny in the machinima was wearing like this incredible black dress. She looked amazing. I feel like for Penny, I outdid myself in the machinima, and then The Sims just slaps on this dress. Are you going to report to Hawk? For some reason, The Sims in this household, like, and just in the group, just love the coffee machine. If I deleted the coffee machine, I think it would be the end of the world for The Sims. So these three are together. Not exactly where I wanted them to be, but I will take what I can get. So this conversation, I imagine, would be that Penny has been speaking with Jacob. So that is what happened in the machinima. They are reporting the fact that Penny spoke with Jacob, and Jacob is Sajini's new husband. Oh god, and then Jacob passes. I will go into more depth with this in a less chaotic way of story posts, because hopefully you can get an aspect of what it's like recording these episodes. This is the first time I've turned autonomy on in over 6 months, and I'm already tired. I just realised he hates his boss. Do you think the hatred is mutual? I think in this case the hatred is mutual, but the fact that I only just noticed he hates her. Well, at least he has good compatibility with his work colleague. Like, that's a good thing, right? James is the only one in here, and he's being incredibly unproblematic. Oh my god! I was like, okay, where's Never and Spiro? They're checking on the kids! It's so cute! Of course Flippy's up here. He loves kids. He's just like, I have 12 of my own. I love children. I think Brandon is missing his boys. I think Loki would be missing Kai and Thea at this point because this is actually her first royal event. Jonathan has not come to the funeral, and this is actually Loki's first royal event that she's representing him in full. She is actually going to be taking over as queen at some point. So Jonathan is working behind the scenes to make that transition as smooth as possible for her, especially because she's got 2 young children. And I also really like the idea of Loki and Brandon talking together, because Brandon in particular thinks that Neva is quite intimidating. She gives off this very icy vibe to anybody who's never met her before. For those who have met Neva, she is absolutely lovely. She is blunt as can be, and she will just say things how it is. She is one of those people who gives you a reality check. So I think Loki would help break the ice, pun intended, with Neva. Whether that will be a story post as well. I do have some planned story posts, but I can't remember whether that one was a planned story post. I will check my notes. But if it isn't, and you would like to see that interaction go down in more detail, I will make a story post for it. So we are now going to end the funeral. That was a lot. Not Warwick standing in the middle of the whole thing. Ugh, Warwick! Warwick is actually sick. Oh no. Of course he's sick. He's covered in bandages. He's usually covered in bandages, but apparently right now he's covered in like the sickness stripes. But I actually set Warwick as Spiro's personal guard, and Jacob was to look after James and Kanara. Oh my god. I've just noticed this. The stink eye. The stink eye Hawk is giving Jacob. It's so accurate. It's so accurate. He's not even in the right outfit, but oh my god. So, with everybody leaving and the baby gates gone, the only person who's actually staying is Octavia. Neva and Lucian are going to go back to Quillo for a bit, but because they are leaving, it actually gives Spiro an opportunity to actually talk to Eliana about her treatment of Neva throughout Neva's stay. Eliana is actually really jealous of Spiro's really good relationship with Neva after they divorced. Let's see how this goes, because it's currently pleasant and it's gonna turn unpleasant. I think Spiro would be saying to Eliana, please at least treat Neva with some respect, because like it or not, Lucian is Spiro's son. If you've seen the story post, Lucian actually has powers of both his mother and his father now. With learning this fact during the story post, I think Spiro would want to help Lucian out with that. And step 1 is having the entire family just respect each other, or at least treat each other with some form of respect. Oh, she's going to her auntie. That's so cute. Okay, so we've just discovered a toddler quirk. Arcadia loves to be carried. That's so cute. I don't think we've discovered any toddler quirks with Alessia yet. Or at least I don't think we have. Oh, wait, she's a wanderer. She goes anywhere and everywhere she wants to, and I think that's really, really accurate. Also, the fact that Alessia is up here already just surprises me, because toddlers are slow at the best of times. She just raced in here. So now that toddler quirk definitely makes sense. So we are currently in Avis, and this is kind of discussing what happened during the machinima. As you can see, there are issues with phones happening right now, but just ignore that. Basically, they are discussing what to do with Penelope now, because Penelope is quite the liability for Hawk, especially in a previous story post. For God's sake. I'm trying to explain something and then these two just get into a fight. In terms of the machinima, Hawk was actually referring to a story post where Penelope actually served as a compromise between Sparrow and Hawk. And the crux of that argument was that Hawk would not let Sparrow go to Verona for his cousin's wedding. even though his cousin is actually second in line behind Sparrow to the throne of Avis. So it only makes sense for somebody from Avis to go to Verona for that wedding. However, Hawke doesn't want it to be that way, and he's had to just agree to let Penelope go, because otherwise Sparrow would question him. Penelope is a liability to him, and him finding out that she was talking to Jacob during this machinima, this action of Penelope's has got him incredibly riled up, to the point where Hawke now has grounds to actually put Penelope under house arrest and not let her go to Verona. So we are currently in Avis's dungeon, I would say. I wouldn't say it's like a complete dungeon. So before he locks away Penelope, I think he's going to confront her about what she's been doing behind his back. So in Penelope's mind, she's been pretty innocently skirting the line between father and son. She's been wanting to do the absolute best she can for Sparrow, getting him as much as she can. However, she's also got to ride the line of Hawke and what he wants and everything else. So she's been trying to ride that line at the moment, and in Hawke's mind, she's crossed the line a little bit too much onto Sparrow's side. Penelope does not agree with Hawke's treatment of Sparrow or the way he rules at the moment, so Hawke is looking for any excuse to put her under house arrest. She has now got a festering grudge against Hawke. This is where the conversation and their relationship just goes completely out the window. With Sujini, oh god. Hawke! Hawke! We need to put Hawke on a leash. Oh my god. The fact that Penny won that? Not again! Oh wow, okay, there are a ton of sentiments here. There's a festering grudge, furious, hurt, and grudging after a fight. Oh wow, okay, things are not going well. Relationship has completely broken down. With Sujini still loved Hawke at the time. She was heartbroken that Hawke was doing this to her, whereas like this is an actual breakdown of the marriage. When the Sims can't read the room. No, they wouldn't be jokesters. So really speaking, I wanted Penelope to be behind here. That was the original plan. But because that's not really possible, we'll use the shackles. Why not? Of course Hawke would do that.
Oh, no.
The fact that there's actually crying sounds with this animation, just the royalty mod is doing the Lord's work. Oh my god. I feel really bad for Penelope though. Penny does not deserve this. At this moment in time, Hawke wants the control back from Penelope completely, so he's taken away that ability for her by locking her up. Obviously, he's going to secure her in a more comfortable room, and I think there will be story posts around that, but just to show you in the episode how he's dealing with Penelope right now, I thought would be a better visual representation for the episode. And all of this is happening while Sparrow is asleep in his room. He has no idea this has happened yet. Once he finds out, he's not going to be very happy because Penny is his friend. Sparrow sees Penny as a hybrid of a best friend and a mother, so he is not going to be happy with his father once he finds out that he has put Penelope under house arrest. They're now leaving Penny. So this episode has one more thing before I end it, and it is to show you where Robert is. Because Robert has been hiding out. So this is the household that Robert is currently in. And as you can tell, the vampires of Huxley. And you might be able to tell by his plumbob that he has gone and turned himself into a vampire. He is getting help from Huxley. And we will definitely find out in future episodes and even story posts in the future what he's going to do about this. I was about to end the episode, but The Sims was just like, here, throw a different family dynamic at you. Difficult. So Mayra and Frederick have a difficult dynamic. Okay. I would have expected that more between Mallory and Frederick than Mayra and Frederick. I'll take what I can get, Sims. Okay. But yes, with that being said, that is the end of this episode. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I'm so sorry for the long wait. I will definitely try to have the episodes more closer together for the next one. I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye, guys.